Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Jack 2 The Streets. I'm your host.
The Streets?
Lucky Jack 2 The Streets.
Can't believe it.
And...
We were so close.
What?
I have never even...
Oh, yeah.
Right out from
Oh,
yeah,
son
yeah.
of a bitch.
Yeah, back when we were at the tomb and he was there.
Torn has betrayed the cause.
Wait, what?
Well, no, but remember he sold us out because he thought Ashton was going to get killed.
Oh, that's right, my bad.
Kor's just taking it a little bit harsher than others.
Yeah. It sends his beard in a ruffle. Oh, hey!
He took the boy!
What will the
Not the boy!
Crap.
And left his alligator dog get behind.
Yeah, don't want a crocodile with you.
Well, to be fair, he's not much of a looker. Even then, he hates anything that doesn't have green hair.
And there'd be a swimming pool filled to the brim with chocolate. Slightly minty. Yeah. A massive
Only slightly.
pool
Of course.
gooey chocolate.
You don't want to go overload there, otherwise it'd burn your eyes with something
Stop.
fierce.
What?
I want
Yeah.
you to go out to the drill platform again.
Oh, not again.
Destroy the main control tower there. It should temporarily
Why
stop
didn't we
the
do that the
Baron's
first time we were there?
Because plot. I don't know. Some of this stuff, like, yeah, I mean, I guess you make a good point there in terms of urgency. We probably should have cut off the Baron's use of eco to start with, and we're about to do that.
Well,
with this bad boy.
I guess so, but I guess in all fairness, we didn't think the epidemic would be as bad as it is now, so that's why we never really had any incentive to do so.
I guess so.
And even then,
once again,
you also run the risk of the town getting infested with metalheads.
that, and I guess there's the idea of like if you do too much at once, then like it alerts like you have to if you do too much at once, it alerts the. Hang on. Oh boy.
Mind the lasers.
One thing that this suit does not do well is it does not turn in place very well. You have to kind of like pivot around. But anyway, we also need to get out of this because it also cannot climb as well as we can. So we need to make sure we're on the platform.
Back up to get out of the mess.
Working on, Daxter.
If only they can invent a mecha that can actually do parkour.
I was almost about to say Titanfall, but no, not quite. Some of those ones, the Titans themselves don't do parkour as well.
Hey, well,
Probably
maybe in the third game. By that point, the human class will just be completely obsolete.
And Matt Mercer shall rise again. I think that was Matt, or was that?
Yeah, it was Matt Mercer.
It was one of two. It was one of two. It was one of two generic video game protagonists, man.
Yeah.
Nolan or Matt.
No, it was definitely Matt. I remember that during our commentary.
Okay. /podcast/.
Yeah, it was essentially a podcast.
Oh!
Oh God!
We're fine.
Oh boy.
Again, just.
But actually, just going back to that.
I'm the Robo Tootsies.
Just going back to that real quick, if I could just go back to that real quick. I'm not quite sure how much I've talked about this before in other videos, but that's kind of like a little nitpick I have when it comes to voice work in video games. It's like, there's a lot of actors that tend to have, like, they actually have a much larger range than people give them credit for, but a lot of voice directors don't really utilize them that well. I think Matt's a pretty good example of that. Like, Nolan, I think, has a better chance to extend his range than people like Matt and Troy Baker have.
That's true.
Well, that I feel like that there are some voice actors that just aren't tapped into it. And I don't know. It's just because they don't want to involve themselves in the game. Like, okay, part of it is like I know it's a two-way street. I don't know if it's all just on the voice actor side, or if it's also the company that just doesn't want to hire them.
It's
For all I know,
it's called typecasting.
okay, because I didn't know if it was like for instance, Phil Lamar. I don't hear him a whole lot. Okay, this game notwithstanding, because of course he appears in this game, but I'm just saying, like in recent games, I don't hear Phil Lamar too much. Got it.
Oh boy.
I don't hear, but like for instance, okay, I'm trying to think of a good example of a good voice actor I love.
Well, if I could just say real quick,
Go ahead.
I think in Phil Lamar's defense, he's mainly an animation voice actor than a video game voice actor.
But like, yeah. So I think like if you were an animation voice actor, would you do you think that some of these animation ones just aren't really interested in doing video games? Maybe they're too busy doing animation ones. Does the company not want to take? You get what I'm saying? Like,
I think it more
like
so
a bunch
relies
of
on the actor themselves, and also their agent.
Let's get off. Probably like it's a lot of. Okay, so I guess yeah. Moral of the day: we can't just. It's hard to just put this on like one person. It's a whole like industry and.
Yeah, exactly. There's just a lot of circumstances. I just think that I kind of wish those circumstances didn't, limit people's opinions on an actor's potential. Like, because it's kind of sad, because a lot of actors do that. Like, just going back to Phil real quick, I'm not quite sure if you knew this, Logan, but one role of his that Phil does that I think is kind of different from a lot of roles he's done lately, he was Wilt in Foster's.
Oh yeah.
I know Wilt, the big, tall basketball one.
Oh yeah, he's fun. And he's,
Yeah, I know
and honestly, now that I think about it, he kind of reminds me of Matt.
And then, I was gonna say one. I was gonna say one of Phil Lamar's like craziest roles I ever knew him was Boldy from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh god, yes, that's still.
Oh
so...
right, there's also that. Yeah, actually, that's probably a better example of his range, because, again, you never really expect a guy like him to do a voice like that.
Everybody!
Just that voice is just so... Anyway, yeah, I'm ditching the tight suit, because now we need to get out of here in Metroid style.
Of course. We would add in the self-destruct theme, but of course that's copyright.
Yeah,
And we don't even have to add in the timer, because the game does
That
it
is
for
true.
us.
That is also true.
I think the Super Metroid timer is a little cooler. This one just looks like your average, like, oh, race, time trial, anyway. But yeah, I'm almost, before I end up sounding like a dummy for, like, maybe, like, saying the wrong thing, like, Nolan North and Mercer have done, like, actual, like, things outside video games, right?
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh yeah, they've both done a lot of things. In fact, I think Mercer's done a good handful of anime dubs.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's essentially Troy Baker's secondary.
Now, one thing that I would...
Nowadays he is.
Yeah. Now, one thing I would not mind seeing more of, or I guess just seeing, because I've seen some funny instances of it, is voice actors doing live action, like, acting in roles.
That's not entirely uncommon, because I do remember a few instances. Like, there's this one crime show, I forget what it's called, but one crime show I saw recently where Nolan North actually did play this one victim's dad.
Huh. And of course, there are some of... Oh, indeed. Okay, that sounds equally encouraging and vague enough to keep myself going unaware. Now, let's go back to the Coliseum because I believe we actually have our final race.
Just in time. Kind of bad timing considering you saw the Crimson Guards up your ass.
They'll never find me.
And I love to laugh.
No, better yet, it's like they stopped because they know that there's a race in progress, and they're kind of respectful of the traditions.
Ooh, so she's literally just been like recreating the time machine that we put back together in the beginning.
And is that really a laughing matter? I mean, this seems like a pretty big deal, Kira.
Seriously. Also, the ring is gone. We have no idea where it is.
That's useful.
That's useful. But also, crap, we realized the Heart of Mar, yeah. That's what he took from the statue.
Oh, yeah. We should probably do something about that.
Here goes.
So, we know we gotta get something from Crew, and there's also something called a time map we need to get.
Well, you're the best racer I've ever seen.
Aww.
What about me?
No.
You mean the only racer she's ever
You
seen.
want to drive?
Well, okay, actually, though, that's a lie. There's technically Dexter.
No way! You got the handlebars, brother.
And also, she's technically been, I think, around here longer than we have, so for all we know, she probably has seen other racers. But again, Jack's the best.
Yes. Also, I noticed there's a typo in the subtitles that said, "You better not get us killed, or else and he said, or else I'll never speak to you again." Obviously, which makes sense. In the subtitles, it says, "Or else I will ever speak to you again." It's like, what?
Oh.
Also, don't mind the glitch of it playing the
Yeah.
music, even though I'm not in trouble.
But yeah, typo notwithstanding,
Ow.
that's always a fun bit of dialogue, you know, just contradicting the possibility of death. It's like, if that spider eats you, I'm going to kill you.
I love that. Son. Alright. Dad! Bad problems! Anyway, so, welcome to the cutscene.
Oh, right.
It looks like for the big championship, Baron Practice himself wants to oversee things.
And he
He'll
doesn't
be
do
the
anything.
giant... Oh, hey, Errol.
Hey, you.
Alright, forgot about him.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't swing that way.
Okay then.
Oh, look, and it's our... It's friendly old Mr. Krabs playing the lackey too for this race.
Like, I thought he was still after us.
You will be awarded a month's supply of eco.
Wait, what?
And a short tour of my palace to see how the other half live.
Nice.
Good luck and die great.
You know what? That would explain. I guess that would explain why the metalheads have been so anxious. Like, Bear Praxis has been giving out eco to the racers, even though isn't that the thing that's keeping those fuckers from pretty much destroying everything?
Oh, and already from people blowing up and stuff, I'm in second place now, thanks for that little shortcut. And yeah, that does make sense. Like, that's why maybe the Metalheads have gained more testes, because he keeps stocking away for stupid races. Also, what am I going to do with Eco? Just, I guess,
well, it
the
is a power.
generator?
It is a power source, so.
I guess.
Yeah, that is true. And also, maybe you can also use it to make, like, I don't know, make waffles for Dark Jack, because I just noticed it's been like a good while since we used Dark Jack.
Yeah, I've been trying to like
yeah.
stop. Well, A, because if you noticed in the last mission, I was still trying to store up more Dark Eco energy to, get another use of him. That, and I am trying to save him for some of the more combat heavy ones. Don't want to just pop him out for no reason. Just like, hey Jack, I need you to help reach this remote for me on the top shelf. Well, I mean, you destroyed.
Jack, will you scratch my stomach?
No. But I'm just thinking, I was like,
Oh, actually, bury
you
it.
destroyed the cabinet.
With my scalp.
Oh god. And massage. Oh god. And it's. Oh god. See, now that just put a really morbid thought in my head. How dare you? I'm imagining him massaging the scalp and then accidentally going into Dark Jack, in which his nails become super sharp and long. And it just reminds me of that one death scene with the needle guy from X-Men 3.
Ow.
Oh, when he was hugging the scientist and then.
Yep. That's the one. That's the one. The
Poor
one.
guy.
The
They
one.
went to elementary school together too.
Seriously? Wait, was that?
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Dennis?
Oh, that.
Yeah, that's
oh,
why I
that-
was getting it earlier
Oh,
with the
this
rub my
not
scalp.
just. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I kept. Sorry, I was literally like
He is
comic book knowledge went completely out of my head, so I was just like, wait, did that scientist? Was this some weird like sub arc that X-Men 3 cleverly hid, although not cleverly because X-Men 3 kind of was
Are you telling me that the Waynes were actually a part of the Illuminati?
Also, fun fact. So on the little mini map in the lower right, Errol was supposed to be represented by a red arrow. Just to like let you know. Oh boy, just to let you know that he was on the racetrack.
Where'd he go?
I think he blew up.
Oh, wow.
Oops.
Yeah, because when their ships blow up, they just kind of disappear. So I'm pretty sure Errol just blew up somewhere on this racetrack.
Hey, he was the first one to go.
But don't worry,
Well,
plot
there's a
armor
loss,
will bring
literally.
it back. Don't worry,
Of
plot armor will
course.
bring it right back.
And Baron
there's
Praxis
the
is off
pass.
on the side, just like, why'd I hire this jackass again?
Seriously, he doesn't do his job very well.
Actually, it's more like
Brave man
it's like
of
I bet all my money on that idiot. Devil damn it.
my words, good men are either bought or broken. So which is it going to be?
Hey, what's up? You didn't recognize me from behind?
Fool! Don't you get it? It's over, Jack.
I mean, you could just shoot me right now.
Yeah, seriously. Right here,
The
stupid.
battle remains by
Oh, wait a minute.
whatever means. This city is mine. These lives are mine. It's war.
You do know you have guys with guns right by you.
People die. Kill him.
Kill him.
Actually, Jack has guns too.
Oh,
Why doesn't
arrow!
he shoot? Oh, wait a minute.
And he goes mad and crashes into the eco.
Wow. What
Wow.
a dumb fuck.
Oh, he's dead, and also wow, how badly can you suck at your job? Oh, the wrong way.
Ooh.
I mean, just...
How about could you suck up my job? Oh, I almost got shot.
Okay, got the pal security pass. That's great. Thing, can you let me take control of a
How
car
dare
now?
you? How dare you speed on and just drive into that those dark eagle barrels? That's my
gosh.
job.
There you go. Actually, you know what? For some reason, now I just had this idea of him like crashing into the Dark Eco like that. Reminds me of one of the last scenes in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man, where it's like the Green Goblin tries to impale Spider-Man with his glider, but
just
instead he
jumps.
accidentally impales himself.
Yeah.
And I just get this image of like, just like in the movie, it'd be like right before the explosion, you just get like this close-up of Praxis, and he's like, oh.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to go back to watching the Sam Raimi trilogy because I think the first and second movies were still pretty good.
Oh, the second movie I think held up really well. The first movie, it's kind of corny, but it's the kind of corny where it's like, it's endearing corny, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Right.
It's a guilty
but now,
pleasure.
But now I'm not gonna I don't know. Like I know some people still are kind of like on the fence about it. I do still think that like Homecoming and stuff. I think this is the start of one of the best Spider-Man's cinematically or whatever.
Oh, I really liked Homecoming.
Because like it wasn't like in the Sam Raimi film where it was like a 20 or 30 something year old person playing a high schooler or college guy getting picked on by a 40-year-old. You know, like the kids, like they feel more like at the right age.
Yeah. It's just a damn shame that
there's just a lot of things. Oh, nothing. You go first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, well, though, with that said, with what Aqua's been telling us, it's kind of a damn shame, though, that his personality just isn't really that much different from every other Marvel hero in the MCU.
I
think that's kind of a generalization.
Well, I feel like I know that there's definitely like a formula, but I don't care. Like they're entertaining movies, and if they're entertaining me, they're doing their job right.
Well, that's fair.
Let's go into the palace.
Into the palace we go.
Plus, you can make that argument. And plus, you can technically make that argument for, like, a lot of, like, characters that have similar personalities. I mean, for all we know, you can make the argument that Sonic and Sly are very similar characters.
That's kind of a good point.
I could see that. Like, I mean, it's character archetypes. Like, I feel like there was, like, I guess it's kind of like that, like, story I heard at some point where someone said, like, there's only like 7 variations of stories that you see nowadays, and like
it's all Joseph Campbell stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
what the?
Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
All along you've been trying to undermine our war with the metalheads.
No.
Whose side are you on?
Listen, Ashlyn, your father's planning something terrible, and if
my father can destroy the metalhead armies.
Oh, she thinks that the Cursor Stone will work.
You dumbass. Did you see what your father's done?
That's right. Not so hard, huh? Even I can figure this one out.
Don't you move. Vin, come in.
Oh boy.
What? I've got my hands full here, you know.
You know all about the precursor stone myth, right?
Sure. I did my economic energy doctorate on precarian theoretical physics. Why?
What would happen if the
Sorry,
Hey,
ladies and
Jack,
gentlemen.
she's not pointing the gun at me, so maybe I can just walk away freely and...
Now I just can't. Now for some reason I can't unsee Daxter just walking away slowly while she has the gun pointed at Jack, pantses her, and then runs off.
Yeah. I mean, it's like oh boy.
Every single thing. No, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go throw up. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Well.
we have to stop.
So that's why we need to stop him, because if he cracks open that Cursor Stone, it's done.
Yep.
Right now,
The world goes.
Wait, whoa, what?
Eh?
Baron Praxis is meeting up with Crew.
I'm sorry, what?
I thought he...
Those two are in cahoots?
Well...
Devil damn it.
Crap. So, apparently there's a high-tech weapons factory, which... if you want to know where it is, like... excuse me. If you want to know where it is location-wise...
Thank you, Light Fixture.
Also, this area kind of blows. It's a very short area, but there's a lot of, like, high-maintenance platforming that's going to be required here. Ow! Please get
I can kind of... Oops.
Between the platforming and now having to deal with so much golden guards, as we may as well call them.
Yeah.
Or screw gold. They're the banana guards.
The banana guards.
Ring, banana guard.
Anyway,
oh god.
So, oh god dang it. See, that's a problem I hate, is that when, like, you get shot in the middle of a jump and now you're screwed. You can't recover. But anywho, so, we're doing that section one more time.
Knock back. Your friend and mine.
So now we're going to do that. Yeah, I agree. So, those guys, nice.
Oh, nice.
I forgot to mention, the Peacemaker has, like, arc lightning effects that can attack other people. Yeah, those guys.
That's
so anyway,
neat.
It's just across the... So, the weapons factory, you have to take that little shuttle from the bay, and you're supposed to know that you can do this, by the way. Thank you, game. And...
yeah.
Then it's across the way from where we usually go down into the mines, so we have to take that shot. It's not too far away, especially with the powers of video editing, and oh boy, even wouldn't that make a dinner party kind of awkward if that suddenly went off?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Goddamn glitch.
Very Bond-esque.
Goddamn glitch in the system.
He's just sitting there, it's like, thank you so much for joining me for my barbecue.
You must die.
You must die.
You must die.
Anywho. So, I mean, goodness, like, it's kind of hard to, like, it's kind of hard to realize, or not hard to realize, it's kind of hard to believe that we're almost at the end of this game.
I know, right? It feels like, crap, when did we start this commentary again?
Oh, well, recording-wise, probably like a...
It was still 2017, right?
Yeah, it was
think so.
2017.
Yeah, we're already in April.
But, at least by the time we finish this, which will be shortly, soon... we can
As of this recording.
We can get this all going out, and... Oh!
Ow!
Excuse me, sir.
Oop!
And like,
Love how he just hits you with the hilt.
yeah, but yeah, dude, like the 15 year anniversary, goodness.
Yeah.
And, oh, and just to reiterate, in case we didn't already say so, maybe I'll say more again in the credit sequence, but like you can play this game now even on your PlayStation 4 because they recently released like an HD like port of this and as well as the rest of the Jack PS2 games.
Yeah, they released it as a PS2 classic, which I swear to God, like I've said it before and I'll say it again. Sony is really fucking slow with those.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the Ratchet and Clank and.
I'm waiting on goddamn Klonoa too.
That too.
Actually, with Ratchet and Sly, I'm surprised they haven't done that yet. So, because they already have them like enhanced for PS3, it's just a simple matter of just porting it to the PS4.
Yeah, especially with I think we could talk about that. Maybe I guess I wanted to wait till we get back to Sly 2, but you know, Ricky's schedule's kind of tricky to work with. But I was gonna say like yeah, they have that Sly Cooper like series planned. I don't know if it's for Netflix or for something, but I heard they had a Sly Cooper.
I want to say it's going to be for Cartoon Network.
Huh. Oh, please get the whole gang. Please don't forget about Sly. I know
don't forget about
Murray,
Kevin Miller. God damn it, we love him.
I know George and Chris. I think that's their names.
I think
the guys who do Bentley.
Matt and Chris.
Matt and Chris. Sorry, but I know Matt and Chris are totally going to be down for it because they were down for the movie. But please get Kevin. I want him to. He's the only Sly.
He's the Sly. He is Sly.
Yeah.
But on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
literally like us.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for part 15.
Bye.
Bye.